All right, everybody, welcome to the Fantasy Kopi Kakis.
This is officially our second episode, right? Ever since last week. Nanda's laughing there because we're still not used to this recording thing, and he is very stunned unless we have a script, right? You haven't learned how to operate without a script.
This
Thank
That's
you
the
for
one
coming to the
additional
rescue.
this
thing to
that
do.
was the worst introduction.
Oh, stage fright,
It's
man, stage
okay.
fright.
If you look at
Worst
his background, you can
introduction.
see that he's spaced out. I think
Yeah.
he's not
It's
not
all
all
it's
there
all
at the
thanks
moment.
to it's all thanks to the first match that we're gonna talk about, ladies and
Okay.
gentlemen.
All
Let's
right,
get
so
to it.
very
It's the
excited.
first match.
We're very excited. Okay, as with the first episode, we were talking last week. We were talking about the matches that's going to happen, and the one that was the most highly anticipated match is this one.
Woohoo! Glory, glory, Man United. Woo!
Yes, finally we see Menu in back to winning ways, and especially so in a derby. What do you give us your thoughts on the match?
Well, okay. My first take is that this was a very different performance from let's say from Arsenal, Amorim's first or rather
Arsenal.
second match. Yeah,
Oh,
against
the Arsenal.
Arsenal. United was very
Oh, I
different
see.
against Arsenal, but in this match
Right.
they actually controlled it. Fun fact for you:
Mm,
prior to this, for the past I think 10 years,
mm,
Man City had the lowest number of touches that Man City had in the opposition's penalty box was 30. 30, yeah. In
mm.
this match, they had 18 touches only.
Mm. I
Guess
What?
who
think the
was in the
biggest thing,
center?
if I may interrupt, I think the
Yeah.
biggest thing about this game was actually before the game when the lineup came up, when there
Oh,
was no
wow.
Rashford and there was no Garnacho, and that
Oh,
was
yeah.
major thing about this match.
Yeah.
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 What do you think when that lineup came up when there was no Rashford? Was it a statement?
No Rashford and no Garnacho. That was a
Yes.
big statement. Of course, there's a lot of controversy going on. Garnacho leaking team lineups, Rashford not getting to the mood of things and all that. And now he has just revealed that he is ready for a new challenge. So
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm,
think it was a statement win.
mm.
It turned out well. It could easily have gone the other way if they had
Yes,
lost the
yes. It would
match.
have been danger. It would have been
Mm,
danger if it had gone the other way. Actually, I like what Amory mentioned. He said, "I watch everything that every player do," and I thought that was
mm,
a very strong, direct or indirect statement that was made in the very beginning of the match. And like you
Yeah.
correctly say, it could have gone either way. If they had lost, it
Mm.
would have been a big thing. But I'm
mm.
very glad as a neutral. I'm very glad that it went Man United's way.
Oh,
Awesome,
you're
awesome.
not going to be neutral much longer after this. But what do you
From a
think about the
fantasy,
performance of this man?
yeah, from a fantasy perspective, this man is the one you
Uh,
want to get, man. I have Bruno in my team, but I think this is the guy to go for. He's unplayable, unstoppable right now at this moment, form of his life.
Yeah, that's why we're looking forward to more games that feature him, that give him more of a role, because we can see the fighting spirit. He didn't give up. He went for all the loose
Mm,
balls, and in the end, it worked out very well for us. So
mm.
yes, finally, menu.
and
Let's
and then
hope
when
there's a lot
I
more
saw
wins.
him at the end, when he shook hands with Pep, and Pep gave him that look. And you
Yeah,
know
yeah,
what
yeah.
look that was? That was a look that says that I didn't expect this from you.
Yeah.
And Pep is a it's very high on analysis. And
Mm.
I think that look that Pep gave to me was that it
I
was
wish I had
something
you in my
Pep,
team.
Yeah, yeah.
maybe,
My
but I
fantasy
think
team,
something that
and
I didn't factor you
Mm,
into the equation. That's what I thought that look was.
mm.
yeah,
True,
yeah, yeah.
true,
That
true.
was a look of respect right there. Okay, so speaking about the match where you are no longer neutral, Tafran, let's go
Ah.
to the Arsenal Everton game. What are your thoughts on this?
What a dread draw,
Okay.
man. This one.
Okay. So like I say, football is not just about scoring goals. Sometimes the
Mm,
defending part, which Nanda has, which Pio has knows nothing about, which is defending.
Hey,
Okay.
hey,
Uh,
hey, hey, come on, man.
yeah. So this
I
was
am
the
an
art.
Ahmad Diallo.
This was art defense. All right. And I actually, honestly, no Everton pundits would have predicted this score. Arsenal is definitely a class above. I respect to the Arsenal fans. They didn't go against the Everton fans. They were actually respected the Everton fans during the game. But they actually blamed themselves for not creating enough chances, which I
Mm.
thought they didn't. But in a way, also credit to Everton because they played in such a way where it limited Arsenal to very few credible chances. So
Hmm.
again, linking it to fantasy football, those of you thinking of Everton's defense, I mean, if you are thinking whether you should or not, maybe this is the game that may convince you, that Everton defense could be a way to go, especially if you are having Pickford.
Going one level higher, Sean Dyche for your assistant
Hmm.
manager.
Yes.
Not bad. Huh?
Your
Uh,
assistant manager, Chip.
Yeah.
we shall see. I still remember your recommendations for game week 34 for the assistant manager. We'll look to see whether you actually going to make that
Mm.
happen. On top of
Hmm.
that, we shall see later on when we look at our defenders whether you have any Everton defenders inside.
Okay.
So you better put
Okay.
your
So
money where your mouth is.
We
just one last
apologize
question
to
for this.
oh, we apologize to
Sorry.
Fauzan. So sorry, Fauzan. We told you to take Gabriel out. He returned nine
Ah,
points.
Yeah.
yes.
But we didn't know lah. We didn't know. So one question: Is Arsenal out of the title race?
Oh, they seem to be bottling up early this season.
Mm,
Saka, but I think a lot of fantasy managers are still believing in Saka, and they say that he will definitely return. So it
Mm,
could start the next match for Saka. That's
mm,
the main asset I think from Arsenal, other than the defenders, any of the defenders and
mm.
the keeper.
One main
yeah,
thing that I realized in this game was that when they took out Odegaard in the 65th minute, I was very happy. It
mm,
was strange decision, especially when it seems that it was not because of any injury. But the moment
mm,
Odegaard went out, Saka's game also died away. So
mhm.
it was quite a strange decision, that one. But all credit to Everton, I guess.
Okay. So
I
going
know Rizal
from
is not happy
oh,
for this one.
uh, you keep on mentioning the guy. You're gonna have to invite him once, to do a
Yeah,
guest.
yeah, why not? Why
Guest.
not? One
Yes.
surprise.
We will have a guess.
Yep, yep.
All right.
Okay, so
So what's
again,
the third talking point?
coming from a goal drought to a flood.
Ooh, goal
Okay.
flag.
This one.
Yes. So the
This man,
Tottenham game.
this man,
What are
this
your thoughts on
Korean.
this?
This is the game that led to the sacking of
Hmm.
Southampton's manager.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Was it long time coming?
I think it's a long time coming
Yeah,
to me. I
I
think he's a
believe
good
so.
manager. I think he just doesn't have the players to make it in the Premier League, which is quite sad lah. I think the manager is really quite forward looking and all
Mm.
that.
Mm.
Do
Unfortunately,
you
the
think he's
team cannot.
another Vincent company? Do you think another Bayern Munich will come calling?
I don't think so lah. Not for him, not yet. Vincent Company, let's face it, it's totally out of the blue. It's sudden, it's
Mm.
an unexpected thing. I think this guy has to prove himself a bit more. So he'll
Mm.
probably go back into the league, Division One, or he
Mm.
may Championship, or he may even
Mm.
take on another Premier League team lah,
I think
lower one.
he stuck to his guns, played his
Mm.
own philosophy, but it's just like Leeds last time. If you cannot change and adapt and you keep
Yeah,
playing the same way with any opponent,
got
then
found
I
out.
guess you may face the consequences. So that's
Mm-hmm.
that's the unfortunate thing. But what about Tottenham? Come on, man. 5 goals from a team that can lose to Minos to
Yeah.
suddenly going to Southampton and beating them 5-0. And Madison, goodness, I recommended Son, but Madison,
Mhm.
Yeah,
wow, fantasy gem.
yeah.
Do you think it's time to buy Madison? I don't know. Maybe that's for our next video. But
Mm.
wow, where did Madison come from?
Yeah,
Mm.
you had Madison in early in the season, right? But you didn't hold on to him, if I'm not mistaken. There were a few players within our leagues that actually had Madison, and we were
Mm.
wondering whether or not he was going to produce. And then
Good.
now, I think it may be the start of a resurgence in the
Mm.
Tottenham team because
The
they've
thing
always
is,
had the players. It's just that
mm.
it's not clicking. Like even if we are considering what happened to Man City, they
Mm.
didn't. They still have a quality stock. In fact, their reserve team is strong enough to beat a lot of the Premiership teams. But for some reason, they're not clicking this season.
Mm. I
Mm,
think if Tottenham can sustain this, they may even make Ariston come back to them as a fan again.
mm. Oh, our
Yeah,
Ariston.
yeah,
Our
yeah, yeah,
Ariston,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
we
And
have a few.
that's the other
I
thing
thought
lah.
I thought you were referring to a new sponsor,
No, 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 not Ariston.
the,
The
the
what the
kitchenware
cooking
company,
hot,
the
yeah, the
kitchen
kitchenware company,
appliance
yeah.
company. Yeah. Yeah.
Since we have
Hopefully.
a couple of minutes left, Um, Maybe I would just like to bring up one or two. Besides these three talking points, how about Nottingham Forest being in the fourth position and Bournemouth
Mm.
being in sixth? I didn't see Bournemouth
Mm.
coming. You know.
Mm. I think Bournemouth have really bought very wisely. I think Clivert is starting to come good. Semenyo is there and thereabouts, although he's not really producing on a fantasy perspective. The guy is always trying shots and all that.
Right.
And like we mentioned before, Evan Nilsson is starting to come good as well. He's really showing to be a proper number nine,
Mm,
target man. May not always get the
right.
goals, but he's always laying off for the rest and earning those penalties and all that.
Right.
So I
He's a,
really rate
he
Kepa
may be
as a
another cheap
keeper.
option to look at maybe.
Right. And Kepa
Mm.
is as a keeper is still quite talented. I think he's really
Mm,
quite
Yeah.
good.
mm.
Yeah.
And
So
finally, before we go, we need to talk about Liverpool, right? Otherwise, the Liverpool fans will be
yeah,
Yeah,
very
yeah, yeah,
upset,
yeah.
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah,
was about
Right.
yeah.
to
That's
say.
why.
Okay.
Yeah.
So here
That's
we
why
are for
Daniel
Liverpool
Leong,
fans.
Govin,
Yeah.
Edmund Tam. Shout out to you
Yes.
all.
Yes. Too
Wow, you're
many. Too
dropping
many.
names, huh?
Well done.
Yeah,
Well
yeah.
done.
Drop, drop.
So 2-2 against Fulham. Um,
Looks like the
Even though at
mentality
home, but
monsters
with
are
a
still there,
10
lah.
men.
Mm.
Yeah, they
Mentality
used to play
monsters.
better with 10 men, right? Liverpool used to play
Hmm.
better with 10 men. I
Yeah.
remember.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking
So they,
about it, I don't understand what Robertson was doing, like Andy Robertson. That
uh,
tackle, that wild tackle, and then
yeah, yeah.
Ayo, I don't
And
know
there were
lah.
so
But
many minus points, so many minus points this week. Ed
yeah,
Mm.
Nuri,
uh,
Robertson. Oh, wow.
and
And
Cucurella as well. So silly,
yes,
so
yes, yes,
silly.
yes.
Yeah. So
The
on that note,
regular
that
season.
rounds up our segment this week on the looking back at Game Week 16 and our three talking points. All right, so here's us signing off.
Please like and subscribe.
And
Ciao.